Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. The net debt of the once cash-flush Anglo Platinum is expected to continue to increase as the company's profit margins remain depressed and capital expenditure continues. With me in the studio today is Mining Weekly editor Martin Creamer to clarify the situation. Welcome to Second Take, Martin.
Hi, Shannon.
Anglo Plat saw headline earnings fall 95%. What is the company's focus going forward?
Well, the focus is going to be cutting costs. So they've already cut back on capital, and now they see an opportunity to really cut back on costs. This has put a few shivers through the unions because they thought, well, with 11,900 people already out the way, that the retrenchments had been concluded. Not so. They're looking for more, particularly at head office, and those jobs will never return, I think, once those head office jobs go. I think they're cutting back to about 535 people into the head office. That's what Solidarity says at the moment. And I don't think they'll ever bring those jobs back.
And now some operations have been delayed while others are being considered for suspension.
Yes.
Can you give us an overview?
Well, last year they put, not last year, recently they put Blesbok shaft on care and maintenance. Now they want to put 2 more on. They're not naming which those are. They've also taken their Rustenburg operation and turned it into 5 mines, so it gets more managerial focus. They've taken their Mandelbult mine and turned it into 2 mines, so that now instead of having 2 managers, you've got 5 and the 7 managers overlooking these areas, and they feel that focus will give them more return.
They're also reviewing their operations to strengthen their balance sheets, including the rights issue. Can you give us information on that?
Well, I wish they would. I've specifically asked them about the rights issue. I think I was the only one at the results presentation that raised that issue because it has been leaked in London that they're going to go for a rights issue. And of course, they're 80% owned by Anglo American. And that would put a huge strain on Anglo, because it would mean that Anglo would have to follow its rights and invest and buy those shares that are on offer. The CEO, Neville Nicolau, CEO of Anglo Platinum, he's not letting on at the moment, but he's not saying that he won't have a rights issue, but he's also not saying that he will have a rights issue. All he's saying is that he's looking at all options, and that in answer to Mining Weekly's question, that those options include a rights issue.
And now they're expecting the rand to trade weaker towards to the end of 2009. What is the significance there? Well,
I think they're betting on a weak rand. They're almost hoping for a weak rand because, as John Mayer, the mining analyst from Fairfax, said, they've either got to have a weaker rand or a stronger price. And it looks like they're not talking about a stronger price of platinum metals. They're talking about $1,200 an ounce going forward. So, but they are saying they expect a weaker rand by the end of the year. So they're definitely betting on a weaker rand. But as John Mayer, Fairfax, says, it's got to be one or the other because otherwise it's unsustainable.
Thank you so much for your time, Martin. It was great to speak to you.
It's a great pleasure, Shannon.
That's the show for today. Join us again next time as we take an in-depth look at the mining world's premier projects, industries and business personalities.